danger of the path of least resistance. Now, have you heard of that phrase before? Path of least resistance. It's where people, humans like us, who need to achieve whatever we want to achieve, we take the path that's easiest, often called an easy life, or the path of least resistance. And that's really important when it comes to being a mortgage advisor, doing what you do in your job, because people will take the path of least resistance. Now, the context here is product transfers. As you know, there's billions of pounds up for product transfer this year, or remortgage, of course, which is the other way of looking at it, or refinancing, whatever you like to call it these days. But there's billions of pounds of people's mortgages who are going to move from one fix to another type of product, whether that be fixed or tracker or whatever. And as a mortgage advisor, mortgage broker, many of these people will be your clients, but you want in on this. But the problem we've got is back to the high street lenders. They're hoovering up this marketplace, and they've got to grips with the concept of path of least resistance. So I want to share with you another picture now of my lender. I'm with NatWest, and they're a good lender, don't get me wrong, they're a very good lender. But NatWest, of course, have got me on their books, and they pop me an email in, say, look, we've got some exciting stuff for you when your mortgage comes to an end, because my mortgage fix is coming up in early 24. So it's a few months away yet, 9 months away. But they're on it like a car bonnet. They're emailing me now. By the way, you should do that too. And they said, look, we can organise your product fix. We can do it well in advance, they said. Months in advance, we'll do it for you at the best possible rates, da-da-da-da. And it's easy to do. And they directed me to their website, which could be on the phone, of course, or on the computer, doesn't matter. I want to share with you what it looks like, because it's really quite exciting. Here's the first page. For those of you on the podcast, you can't see that, so I'll narrate what I see here. It says quite simply, if your rate is up for renewal, have a look at how we can help. And it's got switch your deal, get started. It's using the right language. So you click on the switch your deal, and then you get this page saying our promise to you. And this is what made me think, you see, because there's 4 things on here. The first promise is that when you fix your new deal with them, you get a quote within 10 minutes, and you can do it all in 10 minutes, so it's quick. I thought, brilliant. I don't want to be faffing around forever. I just want to get this done in 10 minutes. No new credit or affordability checks. Again, brilliant, because it's a product transfer, you see. As long as you don't borrow more money, etc. It's quick, it's simple, it's lovely. Oh, I'll have some of that as well. The third compelling reason, no new forms to complete. Ha! I love it. We won't ask for your details again. There's no palaver, fact find, or any of that issue. It's quick, simple, bish bash, done. And the fourth one is no extra costs. So there's no valuation required, subject to the fix. Of course, there's no fee. And I thought to myself, that's brilliant. That's 4 compelling reasons. 10 minutes, no checks, no fuss, no costs. I'm on it like a car bonnet. And that's the point, you see, because they're appealing to people like me that want the path of least resistance when it comes to refixing their mortgage. Of course I want a good deal. Of course I do. But they're a high street lender. I know they're going to give me a good deal, and I trust them, etc. That's how the public feel. So 10 minutes, no checks, no fuss, no costs. So what's the message for you as a mortgage advisor? Well, I've got 6 messages or reminders for you with this in mind, because if you get this wrong, you will miss out on billions of pounds of product transfer money, possibly from clients that you arranged mortgages for 2 years ago or 3 years ago yourself. First of all, the first thing, I'll pop over to the whiteboard for this one, because I want to make a note of some of these key ideas for you. The first thing that I would suggest is you keep what we call a kit list. I don't know if you've heard that phrase before. It's rather nice, isn't it? A kit list. A kit list stands for keep in touch list. So have all your clients from the past, the ones you've done business with or whatever, put them on a CRM of your own, like a MailChimp, which is a mailer, of course, or you could use Capsule or something, with all of your client details on there. It's not well, it is regulatory because it's clients, but it's not like a mortgage processing piece of software. This is just your own database of clients. Keep in touch list. In other words, people you should keep in touch with. And NatWest got to me, 8-9 months before my mortgage is due to be refixed. They're not stupid. they're keeping in touch because they got massive marketing teams to do it for them, haven't they? That's the whole point. You haven't. You're just on your own, probably. Maybe a few of you in the business. So get a kit list. Keep it warm. Let people have information. Email them stuff out. Whatever it is you want to do to keep in touch. That's number one. Number two is don't rely. There you go. Don't rely on customers returning to you. Yes, some will, and I get that. If you've kept in touch with them, they may well come back to you when it's ready for them to switch their mortgage product. But don't rely upon it, guys. You know, you might think they're your clients, but actually they're on several databases, probably dozens of databases. So everybody thinks it's their client. NatWest thinks that I'm their client. I went through a broker 4 years ago for my mortgage. He's not been in touch since. I'm not knocking him, he just hasn't. So NatWest feel that, you know, I'm their client. So don't rely. If you rely on Google to bring people to you, again, don't go there. I want to share with you another picture on my web here. Again, those on podcasts can't see this, but I've done a Google screenshot with the search term switch mortgage. Typical customer phrase, isn't it? And on the first page there, I've got USwitch, Money Savings Expert, Habito. I've got all the big boys there: Barclays, HSBC, LNC, that's London Country. I've got Nationwide. You know, they're the people with the big fat budgets, not you, when it comes to Google AdWords. So don't rely on those. Besides, Google AdWords are dying when ChatGPT comes in as well. But that's another story for another day. Number three is when you talk to your customers, really pile on the benefits of remortgaging. Now, as you can appreciate, you and I know what this means. Product switch, remortgage, we've got technical terms for everything. The average customer doesn't really know. It's not their bag to know. They just think a product switch is a product switch. But when you remortgage, of course, you're going to be looking at the entire marketplace. So if you are lucky enough to be whole of market, really make that come alive, that purpose, that whole point about being whole of market. Remortgage. Look at the entire mortgage itself, the mortgage market. And that will be a benefit of talking to you. And by the way, when you do talk to them, make it simple. Don't go with the palaver of coming into your office and trying to find somewhere to park and getting time off work. And don't go there. That's so old-fashioned. No, the NatWest people just want to be able to press a button. So at least do video to do your remortgaging. Well, you already know the customer. You don't need to build rapport again, do you? So that's an important one, isn't it? When you encourage them to talk to you, talk about budget analyses, or doing a bit of budget analysis. There you go. Which is an expertise that you have. So you can talk to them about their budgets, you know, with the cost of living crisis, etc., etc. You can help them to, you know, look at their budget and see where they can put their money, etc. So that's another advantage of talking to you. You could also sell a full fact find. Don't sell this so much, you know, to lure them in, if you like, because it's going to take a while to do a full fact find. But the benefits of a full fact find is not for today's mortgage, but so that you can look at their future situation, you can prepare them for the future. Look at the finance options 5, 10, 15 years ahead, so that they're ahead of the game. That might be a benefit for you to put across to them as well. And also, don't forget, of course, to ensure that you're going to be doing an MOT on protection for them. Are their debts all protected as well? And at the same time, of course, you can possibly add a bit of unsecured debt, maybe do a bit of debt consolidation, whatever it is you need to do. So these are reasons for you to sell the idea of them talking to you rather than doing a product transfer direct to the lender. And at the very least, of course, you can do a product transfer anyway. You earn a tiny proc fee compared to the remortgage proc fee, of course. But at the very least, you can do that and you don't lose your client then, do you? So there's 6 compelling messages, reasons for you to use to get the customer to come and talk to you and not NatWest or whoever they're with at the time. Because remember, of course, there are, and there's all sorts of, UK Finance told me recently, there are billions of pounds of product transfer this year and next year, and that's going to that's your bread and butter, isn't it? That's going to keep your bills being paid, keep the coins rolling in to feed the kids. So don't forget to do that. It's an important thing. Hope you enjoyed that.